Hello YouTube and welcome back to Supreme Commander 2. Today we're doing another cast of a high-level match from the tournament that took place at this point some weeks ago now. I've already cast quite a few of the matches on my channel, some of the best ones that I could find. I believe Steel Speaks did cast of all the matches. I think he might still be getting through them, but I'm not sure. I wanted to go back and check out to see if there were some others that were worth looking at, and I found this one today. This one looks pretty good. So let's check out, see what we got. We're gonna go ahead and press play. So we have planning on the south of the map here. Goodness, what's the map name? I don't remember, but I'll put it in the into the title of the video. So spawning in the south in the white Aeon Illuminate, we have Awasy. We'll see what he gets into here in a second. And spawning in the north as the blue, also Aeon Illuminate, we have NuclearPizza. Now, if you've seen any of the other casts that I did of this tournament, you know that these are two very high-level players. If you're active at all in the Supreme Commander 2 community, you also are aware of just how good these guys are. So, coming out of Awasy here, we're going to see triple land opener with some early eco expansion, minimal energy. He's just going to go straight into that triple land as quickly as possible. NuclearPizza is going to do a little bit different. He's going to go first research and I believe straight into double land. I did briefly look at the openers just so I knew what to expect from these guys, and yep, that is going to be the case. We're going to see 2 land, 1 research coming out straight from NuclearPizza. Both commanders sending an engineer to the front. Probably, I would guess, hoping to either steal an engineer, maybe build a forward radar, forward turret position. These 2 engineers are going to dance back and forth a little bit to try to look and see if the capture is possible. Yunzu tank's going to push out quite early across the map, shoo this away. NuclearPizza, they're going to... Blue Aeon Commander here is going to go do his thing. Gonna scare the engineer away from Awasy. Awasy, meanwhile, he's not sending his units forward, so NuclearPizza is not aware, but he's actually outnumbered in this engagement here. Now we're gonna see a fair number of counter Yunzu coming out. Engineer, actually, you know what? I bet the engineer was for scouting purposes. No need to build the research if you send an engineer forward because they have such a wide radar range. I bet you anything that's what that was. The engineer allows them to see these tanks coming, so he knows to pull his 3 Yunzu tanks back. It's a very clever tactic. I would have, you know what? That's actually super good. I really, really like that from both of these guys here. It just goes to show just how high level these guys are. Awasy planning on going into 4 more land factories here after getting this expansion. Gonna just go all in on the tank spam would be my guess. This turret gonna scare Awasy's commander away. NuclearPizza now engaging in a commander dance. They have almost equal numbers here. Let's check actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Coming up on 20, not quite 20 yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Looks like a bearing advantage for the white commander here, and that's about what we would expect. He's got an additional factory and did not put any income into his research. So we do see NuclearPizza being put into the defensive position here, but once that research was so he could rush straight to Urchin Owls, you gotta know that's what's coming out here. Fistush mobile missile launcher is going to come out here to push this turret position for NuclearPizza. NuclearPizza is now on a time limit. He does not have the forces to stand against this in a direct combat versus all these tanks as well as the commander, meaning that the missile launchers are just going to wear on this for free, and Pizza knows it. Awasy knows it. Awasy probably is not yet aware of the rush into the Urchin Owl. Urchin Owl is going to come up immediately. Both the engineer and the commander are going to work on building those and getting that up. No expansion here coming out for NuclearPizza. He doesn't need it. He's betting everything on this Urchin Owl play. Turrets down, shields falling. Trying to produce some mobile missile launchers of his own to prevent the turret coming down and within range of his base. Awasy, let's slow it down. Let's slow this down here. Awasy coming in for the attack now. This turret's going to get rebuilt over the wreckage of the previous one so that it gets built cheaper and faster. Gonna start shooing some of these away, but these missiles are gonna start coming in thick and fast here, and if he loses this front factory, that's pretty much gonna be it for NuclearPizza, because his defensive position that's keeping his units alive will be down. The first Urchin out is out. Awasy probably still not quite aware of what's coming, but he will be any second now. There's the hits from the Urchin out. Awasy immediately going to recognize that he can no longer handle this engagement head on, and is going to move away and immediately split his forces into three groups now. I imagine he's going to send these off to the flanks. Yeah, so he's going to try to deal with this problem by flanking around to the sides so that he can get on top of this factory and kill it, keeping this Urchin out, this first Urchin out, engaged with his commander and his first set of units. Going to force the withdrawal of Pizza's forces here, I think. He's not careful. He is going to get this second Urchin out up. These tanks and mobile missiles are not going to have the time to get in here before the second Urchin out comes out. He could, in a dire emergency, even launch it half-baked, though I strongly recommend anybody doing that. If you've been launching half-baked experimentals, just a heads up, they are terrible. Commander in some danger here. He's going to be forced to pull away. The forces are going to not dive for it, though. They know they can't handle it with this many Yunzus closing on the position. This force also going to be forced to retreat. The second Urchin out assault block is out now. What is Awasy's plan for this? He's going to go into 2 research stations of his own to try to make up for the difference. He's canceled all of these additional factories. He recognizes now that the land spam is no longer going to be viable against this. These Urchin outs are going to just keep coming out. They are not great. They're terrible against Megaliths. They're generally not so great against the UEF Fat Boys and Rockhead tanks. Cybran deals with them. Even Illuminate can deal with them if they get to the teleport technology, but in a headlong engagement against these tanks, they do have enough range and AoE to just immediately turn the tide. So Awasy's going to recognize that, and he's going to start getting some research stations of his own down so that he can try to either get to teleport or maybe sniper bots. Upgraded sniper bots could do it. Honestly, teleport was all he needs here. He can still very much win this game with numbers if he gets to teleport and takes a good engagement. But he's got to live long enough to use it. Yeah, so that's exactly what we're going to see here. He's going to focus out these research stations so he can get to the teleport and get some land unit upgrades moving. These Urchin out assault blocks are attempting to push the front line here, and they will be successful until teleport comes out. A third Urchin out is going to come up. Radar, is coming up now. You can see this flank coming in. The Urchin out will be able to respond. Awasy hoping he can last long enough to get to critical mass here. If he gets teleport, keeps cranking out these tanks, gets this production brick up in line here, that's going to set him to, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 factories. An 11th being queued here. This will be his 5th factory actually online for an 11 total if he gets to his full production queue. Urchin out going to scare away this flanking force pretty handily here. NuclearPizza establishing a front turret position. Urchin out starting to siege down the buildings and the shielded factories here. This is a pretty much make or break for Awasy now. Awasy either holds this or loses. There's pretty much no in between now. There is no recovery from this position if he does not win this engagement. He needs to get on top of these Urchin outs and either take the commander snipe or kill these experimentals. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's holding his ground. I wonder what he's waiting on. He must be close to teleport. He's got to be close to teleport. We're even going to slow it down here so that we can catch a teleport if it comes out. Pretty strong defensive position now. This is really untenable. I'm actually struggling to see a way out of this for Awasy now. There's the teleport. Dives on the commander. Commander hunkers. The commander hunkers, but it's not enough. NuclearPizza bringing his commander to the frontline engagement. Oh my god. Wow. At the end there, if you missed it, there was like an additional 6 units that teleported in on the commander as he unhunkered, gets himself sniped, and dies. taking the entire army with him. What an incredible clutch comeback for Awasy. Awasy with the teleport here, recognizing that the commander was on the front line building turrets, teleports into the back, ignores the Urchinals completely. NuclearPizza's mistake there was sending his commander too far forwards against all these tanks. Could have sent an engineer to build those turrets, or else only built. He had such a positional advantage. He didn't really need the turrets down. Honestly, I think he could have just pushed in more with his Urchinals, and he probably would have been okay there. I think the improvement here for NuclearPizza probably would have been to forego the defensive emplacements, in my opinion. Build maybe 2 and pull back, get out of there, keep pushing forward and pressuring with these Urchinals. Shut down the flanks. Shut down the flanks. With the radar, you should, I think, just be able to see on this map at least some presence here. Should be able to see this. Because I remember building a radar here when I played this map. Let me see the front line of this base. So if he built this radar a little bit more forward, he might be able to just barely see the presence of some buildings there. Either way, he could have sent a couple land units to check. The other thing he maybe could have done with a third land factory. Forgo 1 Urchinal at the end of there, third land factory, to get out more land units for scouting purposes. Honestly, I don't even think he needed to change that much, to be honest. I think this was just an unlucky call by NuclearPizza that his commander happened to be in the wrong spot. And Awasy recognized the position he was in. He got the research stations, slowed down his roll on the land spam so that he'd get teleport out, and caught him. If his commander had been back at his base, Awasy would have lost this game because he still did not have the forces necessary to stop these Urchinals, whether or not there were turrets here or not. So yeah, very well done, very well played by both players. Pretty clutch win for Awasy. That was an incredibly painful snipe. The person who posted the replay in the tournament Discord said the snipe was painful. And he was right. It was an incredibly painful snipe for NuclearPizza, I imagine. Well done to both people. Thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.